Well, one of the most famous faces in the world and one of the most famous voices in the world is Dolly Parton. And she joins us from the Great Smoky Mountains. Dolly, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon to you. How's everybody in West Virginia?
Oh, we are doing great. And I've got to tell you, it looks like you've got some amazing action happening behind you with the brand new roller coaster ride.
I do, and it's called the Fire Chaser Express. It's our new edition. This is our 29th season. Every year we try to add something new and exciting, and we've got wonderful roller coaster rides, wonderful things already on the park, but this one is kind of tailor-made for families. Even some of the smaller kids can ride this along with their mom and dad or aunts and uncles or friends or older brothers and sisters. So this is really tailor-made for family, and it's a fun ride, centered in the 40s, got a lot of atmosphere back when the firefighters here in the Smoky Mountains were doing their thing back during that period of time. So everybody can be a hero is kind of what it is. It's a fun thing.
Now, do you get on that ride? Have you ridden the roller coaster yet? Is that kind of the thing that you do?
Well, everybody asks me that. I don't usually ride the rides because I have a tendency to get motion sickness, but I also have too much to lose, like my hair and my shoes, and Lord knows what could spill out on me. So it's not a smart move for me to make. But the fact that I don't ride them, the kids think, oh, it's too scary, so Dolly must be scared, so it must be fun, so let's do it. So anyway, it's all okay.
But you know what? It would be a show. I mean, you've got a show to do every day. That would be a show.
Well, it would be a show. I remember one year we had one of the roller coaster rides and we dressed up a girl in a wig and, you know, with her boobs and everything. And it looked like me going around in the cart, and the press, everybody was taking their pictures and everybody thought it was me. And then they stopped the ride and I just walked out from around the wall fixing my hair like I just got off of it. Then I felt guilty, and then I had to confess it wasn't really me on the ride, so I never tried to pull that one again. I just say, no, I don't ride the rides, but we're always very proud of them. I'm here to sell them. So you come on down, you ride them.
Girls drag, it could be anybody do it, imitating you at any point probably.
That's true. But speaking of my hair, losing my hair, I have my hairdresser, Cheryl Riddle, is from Charleston, and of course she's a good old West Virginia girl and in that whole area, so I wanted to say hi to all of her folks there, and she's over here in the corner, so hey, from Cheryl, everybody.
I have seen her
Brian,
doing your hair.
Let me say that.
She's been doing a fabulous job taking care of your hair. And by the way, you've got a big hotel that you're expanding. It's the Dream More Hotel. Is that what that is?
There's a place.
Well, actually, we're not expanding it. We will as the time goes by, but we're actually building it. This is the first time that we've had a resort. Now, we do have our cabins. We rent cabins, and they're wonderful cabins. We've been doing that for a few years now, but we've always dreamed of having our own resort. So the Dream More Resort is going to open in the summer of next year, and that's going to be a wonderful thing because that's our 30th season. It's taken me this long to get a resort, and I've been wanting that since the day we opened Dollywood. So now we're very excited, and we've actually got a $300 million thing that we're doing, actually expanding, and part of that is the hotel, but we're going to actually be doing some new rides and some more entertainment. So over the next 10 years, we're going to be sinking a lot of money into this area and really upgrading Dollywood and doing all sorts of wonderful things.
I've got to tell you, one of my favorite times was when I was there 20 years ago, and I was actually on WDLY. I was, Dolly.
You were.
I was. I actually
I
introed a Toby Keith song years ago on your station.
Did you?
It was the most fascinating thing, and I remember it to this day, to this very day, and it was thrilling.
Well, I'm glad that you were part of WDLY. We don't have that station now, but I'm always wishing that we did because I love those call letters, don't you? I thought they were just perfect. Glad to know you worked there. And so, anyway, it's a small world, ain't it?
It really is. And speaking of music, you have a new album coming out, Blue Smoke. That's coming out in May, correct?
Yes, the Blue Smoke CD is coming out in May, and we're on what we were calling the Blue Smoke World Tour. We did a lot of shows back in the winter in the States, and then we went to New Zealand and Australia for a month. And now we're going to be doing some more shows in May and early June in the States, and then we go to Europe for about 5 weeks in June and July. So we're looking forward to that. And the new CD has a lot of songs that I've written in it, but we also have a remake of Bob Dylan's song, Don't Think Twice. We got the old folk song, Banks of the Ohio. We got a remake of Bon Jovi's Lay Your Hands on Me. We did it like a gospel tune. And so we've got a lot, and of course I did a duet with Kenny Rogers, a duet with Willie Nelson on the CD. So it's a real special album with a lot of stuff in it, and we're excited about it.
I really like Blue Smoke because you go into almost like a double time, you know, towards the end of the song. It just really has great pacing to it. It's lots of fun.
Well, thank you.
And
well, I wrote that song several years ago, and just now I got to put it out on a record, and it's one of my favorite songs that I've written, and I hope that the folks are going to enjoy it.
Well, and speaking of fun stuff, your movie career, I'm very honest, on my iPad, I actually have Straight Talk on my iPad. And it's when I travel across the country on airplanes, I watch Straight Talk and a James Bond movie all the time. And
well, that's very sweet.
And Light of a Clear Blue Morning, one of my favorite songs. But what is your favorite movie that you've done?
Well, actually, I've enjoyed all the movies and I've enjoyed all the people that I've worked with, but I have to honestly say 9 to 5 was the first movie that I ever made, and it's kind of like a first love, and it has done so well, and it's just like the gift that keeps on giving. Of course, even after it had been out for 25 years, then we got to do a Broadway musical of it, and I got to write the music, and that little musical is still traveling all around the world doing different things. So, and working with Jane and Lily, and the fact that all the elements were just perfect on it. I would just have to say that I've loved them all, but that would be my favorite.
Well, and you know what? 9 to 5, the musical is actually going to be, it's actually got a run here in Charleston in May, and we're thrilled about that.
Well, good, because it is going to be, you know, probably from now on, they'll be doing 9 to 5 in a lot of local theaters and in different towns, but they're actually showing it in some of the bigger cities as well, still yet. But eventually, it'll be, you know, where you can do for local theater and all that. So I'm glad it's coming to Charleston.
And how many sets of nails do you go through whenever you whenever you sing the song?
Oh, you mean when I do working 9 to 5? See, that's for your fans out there, or your folks watching, they probably don't realize that I wrote that song using my acrylic nails because I thought it sounded like a typewriter, and I wrote that theme song while we were doing the movie. Just I would be standing on the set doing working 9 to 5. So I go through at least, well, I get my nails touched up every 2 weeks. So would I say I go through a set of nails every 2 weeks playing them?
That is fascinating. And by the way, Steel Magnolias, you know, speaking of your hairdresser being from Charleston, how much hairspray do you probably go through every week?
Oh my heavens, I probably, I should have the hairspray concession at my shows. It would be great, but I don't know. We'll have to ask Cheryl how many cans of hairspray I go through a month or a week. Probably 2 or 3 cans a week, because I like my hair to stay in place. And it's windy today, so she's got me sprayed good today.
She's got you good and set up perfectly. Well, Dolly, it has been a wonderful pleasure. And you know what? By the way, one of my friends, Justin, said that you are a national institution and a treasure. And I thought that was a perfect description of you. You're
that's
wonderful.
Very sweet, and you sound like a very fine person. You've got a real sweet spirit about you, and I can feel your nice energy from here. So thanks for being nice.
Well, thank you so much, and you have a wonderful afternoon, and I can't wait to get back to Dollywood very soon.
Well, come on down. We got this Fire Chaser Express just waiting for you.
Well, I promise you, I'll ride it with a great fire in my belly, and I'll have a good time. You have a wonderful afternoon.
You do that. I'll get you on a ride with Cheryl Riddle on that one. Come on down. Cheryl will take you for a ride.
Sounds good.
Okay, thanks.